Hi everyone! Today I'm here to do my January book haul, but first I just want to update you guys. If you saw my last video, or if you follow me on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter you already know what I'm going to say, but if you saw my last video and don't follow me on Twitter, you will know that my granddad took unwell around Christmas and he got admitted into hospital at the start of January and then was diagnosed with leukemia. He unfortunately passed away on Sunday the 26th of January, which was a week ago tomorrow. This is only Saturday the 1st of February. It was a very quick process. I'm also not going to talk too much about it, mostly because I'm still processing. You know, I'm still living like 2-3 weeks ago when we got the prognosis, never mind moving to a hospice and passing away. So it's all very strange. And the funeral's on Tuesday and I think maybe that's when it's all going to hit me. I don't know, but partly because of that I didn't get many books in January, which I'm pleased about because I'm not meant to be buying books because I have too many books. But I wanted to film this video today because one, I wanted to film, and also, as I say, I may as well film while I can. I kind of said this in my update video when I kind of assumed I'd still be going in and out of the hospice at this point. I'm going to film when I can. I don't know when it's all going to hit me, so I want to film and just kind of keep going with it until I feel I need a break. But right now this is what I want to do, so nobody panic that I'm doing this when I shouldn't be. I'm fine. On to the happy-ish stuff, because, you know, buying books, it's great, but also the bank account doesn't love it. Last year, I didn't tell how many books I bought, but I spent over £500 on books last year. And I have so many books that I need to read, so I'm really trying to limit my book buying this year, and I think I've succeeded so far. I'm 1 month in and it wasn't exactly a month I was going out shopping a lot. I only acquired 7 books in January, which I'm very pleased with because 4 of them I bought, the other 3 were acquired through other means, and I'm pleased with that. I think this is a good number. The first book that I picked up, and the book that is the reason I ended up saying fuck it, I'm just going to buy other books, was Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. I'm quite mad because this edition, like, the cover is kind of, you can't really see, but it's got some damage there. I think you can just see it. And since I bought this, every Waterstones now has signed copies, and I mean, I'm not that excited about this. I'm buying it because of like peer pressure basically, and everyone seems to hate it, but then I don't know, I'll give it a bash. So I have this, and that was all I was buying until I walked past the trolley and saw Night Film by Marisha Pessel. And I'm sure you all know about this book. It's kind of Illuminae-esque. That's really not showing anything because of the white balance, but like there's mixed media sort of format. It's a sort of thriller thing. I don't know, it's been on my radar and I really want to read it. So I saw it, and because it was the first time I saw it in person, I was like, I obviously have to buy it, never mind the fact I could pick it up any other fucking time. But now I have that. And to round it off, in Waterstones, I was like, I'm already buying books, so I'm going to buy this edition of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. This edition, this cover, is just incredible. This is amazing. It's so ridiculous. The Cheshire Cat has 3 eyes. It's Joe from Average Joe Reads and I saw this back at the end of December, thought it was hilarious, and I just felt like I was buying books, so I should just buy it anyway. I also sort of bought it to read in January, which is why there's a bookmark in it. You will find it more in my wrap up, and yeah, so I felt the need to buy it. Then as I was leaving, well, I had left Waterstones and I was meeting my mum and gran somewhere, and on the route to that place there is a brand new bookstore called Topping & Co. Oh my gosh, it is a treasure trove. I adore it. They offered me a pot of tea for free while I was browsing, and then I just felt like I had to buy something, and I thought long and hard. Like, it has to be something appropriate, like it has to be something I'm either going to read immediately, or it has to, you know, be like a collector book, that like another edition of Wicked or something like that. And then it turned out they had a copy of this book that I've been wanting and meaning to get for so long. I say so long, I've only known about it for about 2 years now. And that is Marriage by Susan Ferrier. If you follow me on Twitter, you will know my surname is Ferrier. I need it. She's also Scottish. She is from Edinburgh, so I'm gonna assume that I am related in some way. But this is likened as like the Scottish Jane Austen. So whether I read it or not is the real question, because it's very, I mean, it's called Marriage, it's romancy, but you know, I'll give it a bash. It was written in 1818, so it's 202 years old. But yeah, I just like pretending that I can be like, look, that's me on a book. Again, the white balance. I'm sitting really far away from the camera as well, so like I can't actually see what's in focus or not, but we're going with it. So yeah, that is the book I decided to purchase on Topping & Co, because I felt like, you know, it's a book that I want in my collection for that reason that's other than to add to a TBR pile, so like it's fine, it totally doesn't count. And then we have the 3 books that I acquired without paying for them. The first is Outside by Sarah Ann Jukes. I won a giveaway of this, which came with this star, origami star, which is made from an original manuscript page. I also got this gorgeous wooden bookmark that's made to look like sort of trees. I have a little postcard from Sarah, and she signed and personalised it to me. Now, I actually have a copy of this already, and I have read this. I bought a copy at Yalk, and my intention, I bought it in the Waterstones at Yalk, and my intention was to go to the author's signing queue, because I always feel a bit awkward about, not awkward, but I worry for debut authors that there's not going to be anyone in their signing queue. When I bought it, I then opened it and it was already signed, so didn't end up getting, I felt a bit awkward being like, can you just go and personalise it? But I now have a personalised copy, and I will probably give away my other copy when I find it, because it's in the pile of mess and books down there. But this is one of my sort of dark contemporaries, as I like to call them. Kidnappy kind of situation. I think I only gave it 3 stars. Maybe 4. I can't remember. I was a little disappointed, but I think that was me more than the book, because I expected something else than what I got. But overall, I would recommend it. That's about as many words as you're going to get from me. Thank you, Sarah, for the giveaway. Sweet Cherry Publishing then got in touch with me to ask if I'd like to be a part of the blog tour for Gemma's Not Sure, which is the 2nd book in a series, but it's a companion series, so you don't really need to read them in order. And I had heard of it at Yalk, like I'd seen some stuff. I got handed like a postcard thing, and I thought it sounded interesting. And then Estelle has just been reading it. She was actually reading the 2nd book to blurb it, and she said she thinks I'd enjoy it. And so I'd said to them, I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that. I've actually been interested in the 1st book, so you know, this will be great. And they offered to send me the 1st book. So I now have Lily's Just Fine by Jill Stewart. This is set in Scotland. I think it's Dumfries and Galloway. I don't really know what it involves. I think it's kind of younger teen, so it's very much a sort of 13 kind of advanced middle grade reader sort of book, but sometimes those are just what you want, because they're not overly romantic, but they can also just be fun and quick to read. I think that's the contemporary I'm starting to realise I quite enjoy. I'm not into romance, but if there's going to be a romance, I prefer it when it's for younger teens, because it's just kind of, it's not complicated. I don't know. But I'm very excited to get into this and just see what it's like. Hopefully I love it, and hopefully I love the 2nd book and I do the blog tour. I need to get back to them on that, because they have wrote in here, let me know if you want to do it, so I think I need to confirm that with them. But yeah, I'm very excited. And my final book I am so excited about. So back in the day when I was a bookseller, we would go on publisher lists and they would just send books out to booksellers in the store. So I'd get a book that says like Emma and then my branch, and I could request titles. Every week there would be a list of upcoming titles that we could request. Sometimes we get them, sometimes we wouldn't. But then we could also go on a list every 3 months. It would like change, you had to sign up, and they would just send you books sort of as and when. So I was very used to just getting sent arcs a lot of the time. And the last couple of years I've been like, oh, I don't get sent anything. Like, oh, your gal never really bothered to request anything, which I knew it. Like I would say like, oh, I don't get sent arcs. Like I knew I wasn't requesting them, so there was obviously no way I was going to get them. So this is the year that I've decided to just bite the bullet, start requesting titles from bigger publishers and smaller ones, but titles that I'm really interested in, especially because I'm trying not to buy books. I'll request highly anticipated releases, read them beforehand and hype them up, and at least if I'm not able to part money for them, I'm still helping the author in some way. I took the plunge and I emailed Hachette, and I have been sent an arc of Break the Fall by Jennifer Iacopelli. This I heard about at Yalk. I got a sampler and I'm just so excited to read it. It comes out in February actually, so I need to read the 20th of February, so I really need to read this. Like, I'm going to start it very, very soon, don't worry. I only got it last week, and obviously with everything going on, don't know why I'm justifying myself, it's not like they're watching this. But this is about a gymnast on their way to the Olympics, and it kind of parallels what happened with the US gymnastics, where was it the coach or the medical guy? The guy was abusing the gymnasts. So it kind of follows that, and also her journey to the Olympics. And I love gymnastics. I'm not an athletic person. I do not do gymnastics. However, I don't strongly, like, what's the word, like fiercely, heavily, that's the word. I'm not like a heavy follower of gymnastics, but I do like watching the US gymnastics, like, stuff on YouTube when they have their, like, their meets, their competitions, their whatever, like the US Classic and all of that. And I'm very excited to see who makes the Olympic teams this year. And it's the one I do watch the Olympics for. Like, I used to be really good at watching, be like, oh, that's going to score this and that's going to score that, and then they changed the code of points. Now I have no fucking clue what's going on. So yeah, I like to think of myself as a real expert on gymnastics, but I'm not. So this is up my street, and I cannot wait to start it as soon as I'm finished my current reads, honestly. So thank you so much to Hachette for sending me an ARC. Like, I did not expect that. So those are all of the books that I acquired in January. Very proud of myself, considering like a year and a half ago I was hauling 70 books. Hopefully this kind of stays the average number, if not even less. I'd quite like this to be the high end of books. Well, mind you, I only bought 4. But even so, acquiring books, I suppose I've read Outside. I don't really want to read Marriage, and I'm currently reading Alice. So, like, you know, it's fine. I'm really trying to justify this to myself. But yeah, this month, once I've done my wrap up, I will be quite glad to see the back of January. February is going to start kind of sucky, and then hopefully rise, and who knows. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! I should have a thumbnail in there somewhere.